Tommy V in Michigan. He was on fire this morning.
Okay, thank you, Tommy V in Michigan. Yes, sir. If you share my prayers.
Tommy V's on. Yeah, we'll jump over there.
Tommy V doing great stuff over there.
All right. This is State of Michigan versus D'Angelo Early, case 24057-46701. Today is the date set for a bond redetermination hearing. Can I have appearances, please?
Samuel A. Ragnan for the people, Your Honor.
We'll bring it on behalf of Mr. D'Angelo Early, Your Honor.
All right. Today is the date set for the bond redetermination hearing. Mr. Reagan, as to bond.
As the bond judge, my client's bond is $250,000 cash. Has some priors, 1992, 2002, and 2008. He had a larceny in 2008, judge. But my client has 3 kids, lives in the city, has strong ties. Your Honor, this is a case in which I think it's a lot has been taken out of context. There's my understanding there's some jail calls between my client and his daughter. So now, according to my client, part of these calls are being pieced together. If you listen to the whole call itself, you get clarity. And I know from experience how sometimes this works in terms of witnesses. Now, the complaining witness is a person, judge, that's my understanding has like 4 or 5 warrants out of Ohio. And one of the things I think that my client wanted to do was to expose that. We have situations here, Judge, we get cases, people walking in court, defendants say, hey, that complaint has witnesses. The police come, they might even take the witness and arrest the witness in court. I don't know. But here, that's simply all this is. It's not an intimidation. It's not trying to prevent somebody from testifying. It's just pointing out what the obvious is. The complaining witness has warrants. Somebody needs to let them know that she has warrants so she can be arrested for her warrants. That's all it is. It's not trying to say, hey, I don't want you coming to court. It's calling her out for who the complainant is. And that's all I think Mr. Early was trying to do. Wasn't trying to intimidate nobody, not get them to come, but to point out who this person was. She has several other situations, according to Mr. Early, that she's terrorized, harassed people around the city. Other people have tried, I guess, to, do whatever. He says he is innocent in this in terms of anything dealing with preparation to burn. But again, Judge, it's not as what it seems in terms of an intimidation situation. I'm asking for a reduction in bond, to a personal bond with whatever conditions the court wishes to impose.
All right. I'm sorry, Mr. Reagan. Give me 1 second. And I'm sorry, Mr. Reagan. And
I'm cleared up.
I don't mean this any other way except for clarification.
Okay.
You're arguing that the defendant in this matter went to the complainant to get her to turn herself in?
No, what I'm arguing, Judge, is that the complainant's daughter and I guess was in jail with someone that knew the complaining witness. They also found out that the complaining witness has 4 warrants. I think my client hired somebody to say, hey, I want to investigate and find out if this girl really has warrants. Somebody needs to go pick her up. So they made calls to people in Ohio to try to say, hey, we know where this person is. This person has warrants. It wasn't saying, hey, I don't want you to come to court. You better not come to court. It's just basically pointing out that the complainant has warrants. Somebody needs to come and arrest the complaining witness. Now, whatever happens.
So they're just calling the jail or just calling somebody in Ohio. That's what you're saying. That
I'm saying my client talked to his daughter on the jail call, said, hey, this is what I need you to do because the girl has warrants, Judge. Not
Okay,
trying to
I get
say,
it. So this is
yeah,
this. I'm sorry, Mr. Reagan. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm just trying to get clarity. This is referring to those jail calls that were.
yeah, that's
mentioned.
correct, Judge. Right. It's not-
Okay,
I'm sorry.
I get it. That's all I want is clarification. All right, Mr. Ragnar, you can go ahead.
Yeah, and we're asking that the $250,000 bond remain in effect, cash bond remain in effect. Your Honor, this complainant wakes up, she's sleeping in a car at 3:30 in the morning because she had been out drinking in front of her mother's house and smells accelerants, looks out the window, her windows are not tinted, sees two men there, starts her vehicle and takes off. She's 10 feet from this defendant. She knows that's Mr. Early because she recognized him when she testified in court against his daughter for a kidnapping case. That was on May 14th of 2024. That daughter is in the Wayne County Jail under $300,000 bond. This is Mr. Early's daughter, okay? Now, when the complainant took off, she's 10 feet away from him, sees the defendant. They're right there. They run over to the parking lot as she's driving away, and two shots are fired, Your Honor, okay? The police find two spent casings. Another woman, a witness, finds another casing there. The shot spotter information, it says that the timestamps of the shot spotter incident report on Xfinity video are the same and shows the shots were fired as the complainant was fleeing, okay? And this is on a video, Your Honor, that there's another witness who lived there in that area who had a video. They saw the defendant. They saw the defendant's other person. They saw him trying to do what they were doing. She found two canisters of accelerants there. She also found a spent shell. She found a gray shirt that was saturated with suspected accelerant. Now, I believe that this witness was over near his daughter's home, that she saw him doing that. Now, his daughter's home, where he went to after this incident, there's a green light video right on that daughter's home. It gives the exact time he left, the exact time he came back, that he went in the backyard, that he changed his clothes, he left his gray shirt there at that place, Your Honor, and then went in. Now, about these phone calls, it's interesting to me. I don't believe personally, I know Mr. Reagan has to say what facts the defendant gives him, that these phone calls are spliced together, Your Honor. The phone call said very, very directly, Miss Pace tells her father, get it done, Daddy. And Miss Early states, I'm going to get it done. This recording is time-stamped the day before the incident occurred. The day before it. And he tries to get it done. He tried to kill this woman, is what people believe, Your Honor. So we're asking that the $250,000 case. And you talk about priors, Your Honor. There's at least 7 priors that have felony, dangerous weapons, felony firearm, felony larceny in the building, pled guilty, felony assault with intent to rob unarmed, found guilty, assault with it, to rob unarmed, found guilty. So in home drug cases, B&E with intent. So there's a number of priors that he has, but the actions here, I think, are significant enough that this bond should remain in place as a cash bond. Thank you.
Judge, get it done, Daddy, is simply, a referral could be to getting the bounty hunter to expose the warrants that she has. It's not about killing anybody. There's no shots that were fired. Well, I shouldn't say that. There's no charge of anybody shooting any shots. So if somebody else was shooting shots, maybe they were, but my client's not charged with that. It's a lot, and I know, like Mr. Radner says, I have to tell what my client tells me, but he also is reading from a piece of paper that, he has to read from. I get it. Everybody's doing their job, Judge. But again,
right.
That word "get it done, Daddy" is taken completely out of context from what the conversation was about.
Yeah, and I have to add one thing, if I may. There we know of no warrants against this complainant. She was in court testifying under oath against his daughter on a kidnapping case on 5/14/24. And 2 weeks later, she is now the complainant in this case where he is allegedly trying to burn up her car with her in it, because it was obvious that he could see inside that vehicle when he was standing next to it. So we don't know of any warrants whatsoever, and that's what I wanted that for the record.
You're in Ohio.
Thank you.
All right. Anything further from anyone else?
Nothing further, Your Honor.
Nothing further, Your Honor. Thank you so much.
I got a question. Is the defendant on probation, parole, or awaiting sentencing right now on another matter?
No, Your Honor.
I don't believe so, Your Honor.
Okay. Had a chance to hear the arguments and review the investigators at this point. Bond is going to remain the same. I would note that this is a inherently dangerous situation for not only the complaining witness, who is alleging that this resulted from her testifying or being involved with a complaint against the defendant's daughter. But I got to look at what's presented, and quite frankly, I don't put much credence into the jail call because I haven't heard the thing, and I don't know exactly what they say. But I do have a person who's come to the police indicating that her car was lit on, was doused with gasoline, and the police verified the car smells like an accelerant. She indicates that she knows the person who's IDs the person, identifies the defendant, indicates where he lives, and then there's a person in the car that she describes leaving the house around the same time, and this is their cameras, and coming back shortly thereafter, matching with the shot spotter at the same time that allegedly shots were fired. I don't need the video. I mean, I don't need the jail call in this matter. I got a person who IDs, and I've got independent evidence outside of that. Bond is going to remain the same, intentionally unaffordable. That concludes the hearing.
Thank you.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mr. Early, your next date is June 7th, 2024, before Judge Sabri.
Judge, did you say shot spotter?
Did I say shot spotter?
Yeah, you said shot spotter. Like he was charged with shooting something. I didn't see a shooting charge.
Somebody shot at this person.
I wasn't charged with shooting.
I'm just saying somebody shot at her. She said somebody shot at her. The video shows that there were shell casings found at that time where her car was. She's also said that somebody tried to light her car on fire, and she saw Mr. Early there, who just happens to be the complaining witness in the matter that happens to be the defendant's father in the case that she just testified to.
Judge, I don't want to say you're not going to laugh at this, but when you hear the real story about why these women are making this up in terms of how he dated both of these ladies, and they're now
Mr. Reagan.
A lot to it, Judge. It's a lot.
I don't think this is a funny situation, and quite frankly, I'm not the trier of fact, so I'm not going to try the case.
I know you
just have to go by what's in front of me.
I know.
So I'm going to set the bomb where it's at, and then that concludes this